What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Financial Freedom Show with Chase Lawson. For those just now jumping into the show, I am a personal finance enthusiast and the author of the best-selling book, Financial Freedom, Breaking the Chains to Independence and Creating Massive Wealth, which is available on Amazon. On today's episode, I wanted to discuss a topic around career mindset. Namely, should you change jobs? It's no secret that in today's day and age, more and more people are likely to hop from job to job. It certainly doesn't come as a surprise to me. I see it every day. Recruiters continue to reach out to me on LinkedIn trying to get me interested in joining their organization, despite me being happy with my current situation. Oftentimes, these other companies will float an attractive compensation package or increased job responsibility in front of candidates they're interested in hiring in order to lure them away from their current company. And this can be quite appealing. With the advances in technology, it's easier than ever to find out about an infinite number of other career opportunities out there. But what do these statistics actually say when it comes to switching jobs? According to a recent Gallup report on the millennial generation, or those born between 1980 and 1996, 21% of millennials have changed jobs within the past year, which is more than 3 times the number of non-millennials. Millennial turnover costs the U.S. economy $30.5 billion annually. Furthermore, the same Gallup study found that only half of millennials, compared to 60% of non-millennials, strongly agree that they plan to still be working at their current company 1 year from now. And according to LinkedIn data, 2006 to 2010 grads have averaged 2.85 jobs in their first 5 years post-graduation, compared to only 1.6 jobs for people who graduated between 1986 and 1990. So it's pretty obvious that employees today are much more likely to be thinking about that next opportunity. If you're listening, chances are you may have considered or are considering switching jobs. Before you do, I wanted to share with you some important considerations to take into account prior to making that leap. First and foremost, understand why you're wanting to leave your current job. Is it only due to compensation? At the end of the day, money is important, but money isn't everything. And you can make all the money in the world, but if you're not happy at your job, chances are you won't be there long, and it could actually do more harm than good for you, especially health-wise. So what is your why? Are you unhappy with your current company? Is there a bad work culture? Are you working too many hours, which is impacting your personal life? Are you not feeling fulfilled in your current role? Too often, I see people leave a good company without one of these factors present, and then they go on and are unhappy at their new job, so they leave that one, and so on and so forth. Don't just leave to leave. Understand why you're leaving first. If your health and well-being is not being sacrificed in your current role, don't be so quick to leave. Because the reality is, every time you switch jobs, you are starting over, starting from scratch, having to learn a new company and culture and people and product, and having to go up a new learning curve. There may be other problems at your new job that won't even get unsurfaced until you start. And by that point, you can't just go back to your old employer. Okay, so once you understand why you want to leave, next, take a full inventory of your current job. What are the pros? What are the cons? Do you like your boss? One's boss can often make or break a job. I've had horrible bosses and I've had great bosses. When you have a great boss, take time to appreciate that, because you won't always have a great one. And in recruiting mode, employers and managers will wear the best hats to the interview table. Their true colors may not be revealed until a month or two into the job, so take the interview with a bit of a grain of salt. Because at the end of the day, your manager could make or break the job. They can make it a living hell, or make it so you enjoy coming in each day. If you like your job and the company you work for, but just hate your manager, see if there's internal job openings on other teams with a manager who you think you would enjoy working for. How's the work culture? Do you have flexibility and autonomy in your day-to-day? How many hours a week are you working? If you're currently working 40 hours or less a week and have decent autonomy, you may not find that in your new employer. You will be the new guy or girl, and you'll have to work to build credibility and a good reputation. And starting out, you may have to work 50, 60, 70-hour weeks. I've had friends leave good jobs with good work-life balance and then find that they're having to work 60 plus hours in a week. So don't take for granted if you have a job where you have good work-life balance. What are your benefits like? Those have value that won't be reflected in your income. Does your company pay for your cell phone bill? Add that to your monthly pay. Do they offer a 401k match? Add that to your income. What do their medical plans look like? You may move to a worse plan with a higher deductible and more out-of-pocket expenses if you leave for a new company. How stable and well-positioned is your current employer? Are they a leader in your industry? Are they continuing to grow, which could provide more career opportunities for you down the road? Or are they a startup with no guarantee of long-term stability? Before you leave for a startup, understand that startups typically do come with much longer work schedules and more job responsibilities. And never count on equity being realized with a startup, as they may never go public and there may not be an exit strategy in place. And if your potential new employer is established but is more middle of the road or a laggard, what are the chances you will actually be able to progress with them? What is your daily commute? You will need to factor that in as well. What are others saying about the job and the company? You can check out sites like Glassdoor to hear from current and past employees about their experience in a particular company and see what they have to say about it and factor that into your decision. Lastly, what are the terms of the contract? Make sure before accepting any new job, you fully review the contract and potentially even involve a lawyer. Many employment contracts may include a number of things that benefit the employer, such as non-compete clauses and right to terminate at will. Some of these are standard depending on the state you work in, but make sure before signing your rights away that you know what you're getting into and don't be afraid to ask for some concessions back in order to look out for your own best interests. Okay, so now that you've considered all of those factors, let's assume that you've decided it would be better for you to leave. You're not happy at your current company, you don't have enough work responsibilities, you aren't paid enough, there aren't career advancement opportunities, or whatever other factors are at play here, and you've decided that rather than continue to hope that things get better, you want to take a shot at something new. If that's the case, whenever you do decide to leave for a new company, take this opportunity to maximize what you will get out of the new company. Far too few employees actually negotiate their salary. According to a study by staffing firm Robert Half, only 39% of workers negotiated their salary during their last job offer, and males were far more likely to negotiate at a 46% rate compared to 34% for females. And according to JobBite, 84% of those confident enough to ask for higher pay succeed in getting it. Do research and see what others in similar roles are making and use that as your baseline when negotiating. If you bring additional experience or skills to the table, don't be afraid to ask for more. You deserve it. Plus, the benefit of a higher starting pay is that it will lead to even more money over your working career due to compounding returns. In fact, data suggests that executives who negotiated their salary at their first job out of college stood to make at least $500,000 more over their careers compared to those who did not. And don't just negotiate pay. Negotiate other benefits as well, including time off, stock options, and more. So thanks so much everyone for tuning in to the Financial Freedom Show with Chase Lawson. I hope you learned something new today and are ready to start applying these concepts into your own life. And as always, I appreciate any feedback you can leave. So make sure to leave a comment and let me know your thoughts or what questions you have. Leave a like or review if you got value out of this, and please subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much everyone, and until next time, stay safe and go get 'em.